Hey, hi, hello everybody, and welcome back to the Goat Force Gaming channel, where we play the roguelikes and the roguelites every single time. You know what? Mike Wright, the pyromancer, looks pretty good to me. Let's take old Mike Wright for a spin, shall we? Folks, it is tremendous to be back out here with all of you today, taking a look at just a weird and wonderful game. This is one of the games that just kind of got away from me at the time, and I penciled it into the back of my brain as something that I definitely wanted to get to at some point. And you know, sometimes it takes something like a Steam summer sale for me to reach back deep into the cockles of my mind. You know, the cockles. To say, hey, there's a bunch of games that escaped me. Now is the time. Let's take a look at what we got out here. So this is one of the games that I ended up picking up among a total of 7 games so far. The list could always grow. This is a game called Source of Madness, and what we have here is a Lovecraftian-inspired, dark, side-scrolling roguelite of sorts. And this is going to give you Noida vibes, and it's just going to give you weird and wonderful vibes. Here's what's so cool about this thing. All of these creatures, you're never going to see the same one. Never. Because these creatures are all procedurally generated by a neural network. It's kind of neat, folks. And I love the look of it. It's beautifully gothic. So, we are going to come out here as a glorious pyromancer, and we're going to kick some butt. Ooh, a flame lance ring. Okay, let's take a look here. So we've got a system of rings. You can find hoods along the way that provide different types of buffs. You can stick rubies and gems on the rings. I believe, I haven't done it yet. Don't quote me on that. But we are going to go ahead and pop this on there because I happen to like the flame lance. Yeah, it's a little bit of a flamethrower on your hand. I have done a handful of runs in Source of Madness. It can be a difficult game depending on the design of the stage that you get. I have seen many different designs. It is sometimes difficult to tell when enemies are going to attack. They have multiple appendages, as you can see. What's nice is you can blow them off. You can remove them, and then you watch the enemies struggle with trying to move. See? Isn't that great? That's one of my favorite things about the game right there. So, I can tell you right now, even after playing a handful of times, I have not seen an area that looks exactly like this yet. I find that really neat. I just love the look of it. And you can pick this up in the Steam sale until July 11th for $7 US. Now this dev happens to have another game that they're working on, and it looks to be more of a bullet heaven type game, and so, you know, of course I've got my eyeballs on that, and I'll try to get to it the year it releases this time. How about that? Now we are collecting some resources along the way. We have both the blood and I don't remember the name of that stone, but it's a stone, and it opens up some stuff. I surmise that these are challenge rooms. Yeah, sometimes guys just kind of fall down from the sky. So we're going to go into this challenge room and see what we can see. Yeah, the Lovecraftian design is absolutely on display, and I think it's gorgeous. The color palette just really works for what's going on here for me. All right, glorious. So then we get a nice chest for our trouble, and we've got a Hood of Speed. Let's grab that and see what it does. The Runner's Choice, plus 41 life, plus 15 movement speed, some arcane resistance, and some cooldown reduction. Love it. All right, let's head on out, and we'll deal with this fly that they kind of just dropped in on us. Now, I will tell you, the game has a floatiness to it, and I think it works for what they're going for here. The character is very floaty, the enemies have a floaty way of moving, but I think it works for the ragdoll physics system they've got going here. So isn't that nice? You just blow them apart and then watch them struggle. Is that terrible that I enjoy that so much? All right, we're not going to go with this basic hood, but at some point we'll run into a store and we're going to sell all of our crap, okay? That's the plan. This one's got some beady yellow eyes. But I mean, keep me honest, right? Like, they all have a different look to them. They're all just giant piles of flesh and different types of appendages, right? Crystal Hood. Now that sounds interesting. Let's see what we got here. Arcane knowledge is stored within. So if we were using arcane, that would be good. But right now we're leaning into the pyromancer capabilities. That said, I do like the arcane capabilities as well. They're pretty good. All right. Can we get up here? I think we can. All right, now this area design looks like it might be repeating a little bit, or maybe I'm just thinking about a past run. Oh, God. Remember how I told you that sometimes it's difficult to tell when they're going to attack? You have to look for that red swipe, and that's when you know you got to get the hell out of the way. Now, I've got dashes that I can fire off as well. Thanks to the meta progression, I actually have 2 dashes that I can utilize now. You'll see them right over here. All right, is there something in this box? What's in the box? All right, nothing is in the box. And we've got to come back up here, because apparently we need to jump across from high up to make it through, which is just fine. Let's get rid of these. Okay, so we've got a ship that kind of tilts back and forth, which is very interesting. I want to stay away from these projectiles if I can. Now, I didn't have access to the pyromancer right away. I actually had to find a wizard statue in one of the areas, and then it became able to open up in the meta progression tree. Hey, here we go. Merchant Roy, what do you got on offer, buddy? Let's see. All right, so, ooh, Cold Hood, plus 26 life, plus 15% cold damage, cold resistance, and we get an Ice Guardian. I mean, I like that. I would love to have an Ice Guardian with us, you know? This looks nice, too. But it doesn't offer the Guardian. And I quite like that. Until we find a Pyromancer hood, right? For 400 bucks, that seems worth it. So let's dump this. And we're going to dump this one. And we'll dump this as well. We're going to pop this hood on. Ooh, there's our buddy now. Perfect. And I think we're good on Merchant Roy. Now let's visit Special Goods Roger. I do like their names. Old Special Goods Roger. I have just the thing for someone like you. Okay. Does that mean you got pyromancy equipment? I do see a ring. Oh, it's a level 2. So now we're talking 5 to 6. Ooh, it's 1,800. Ooh. Okay, can't afford those types of prices. Cold Hood 2. Oh, we should have visited Special Goods Roger first. All right. A floating crystal follows you, shooting arcane bolts at nearby enemies. Whoa. Okay. How much is this? 2,600. Holy smokes. All right. Well, it's a little bit rich for our blood, you know? So I think we're going to have to leave this stuff behind. Yeah. Did you hear that? He says, "See you next time." Indeed. Okay. Now we got a helper that's turning him to ice for us. It's pretty great. Some of the spells can be charged up to do even more damage. Yeah, so the fireball gets bigger and bigger. Isn't that cool? Nice. Let me take a quick sip here. Cheers to you, by the way. All right. Let's do the challenge room. Let's see what we can see here. Oh, goodness. All right. Oh, they're just kicking it off with a bang. Let's see if we can get one of these big fireballs going. Charge it up all the way. Yeah. Outstanding. Oh, looks like he's having trouble flying now. I love that about this game. Oof. All right, we got to get rid of these guys up here. Let's dash on over. Okay. We got one more. Oh, perfect. That went pretty well. Okay, we've got a basic hood 1. You know, I thought we'd get something a little bit better. I suppose it does have the attribute buffs on it, but I was expecting something slightly better. Let's just make sure there's nothing else in here. Okay. That's a little bit disturbing, isn't it? Okay. Well, I guess we cleaned it out. Okay. Let's see if we can get up here. Can kind of climb on these things and then they move based on the weight distribution. It's a pretty neat system. Just... Oh, these are like slimes. But apparently they don't attack us. Well, we'll get rid of them anyways. It's interesting. I was going to say they haven't attacked us in a minute, and that's a little bit concerning. All right, perfect. Looks like I can get another sip in here. Cheers to you. All right, let's pause on the sip. Oh, the big old fireballs. This guy's still alive? Yeah, he's banging around. Glorious. Now you can control the direction of your dash via the arrow keys. I'm playing keyboard and mouse right now. Mouse, of course, aims where my spells are going to go. And keyboard does everything else for me. And I would imagine that this works with a controller because this game did port to consoles, or at least the PlayStation, I believe. I think I saw that out there. It's been a while since I played a game on console, you know, since getting the new PC. I just kind of do everything on this. Plus, it's so much easier to show these games off to you playing on PC. Look at this guy. interesting looking. He's got like a set of wings going there or something. Very bird-like. But he's gone. He's gone now. All right. Wonderful. So that flamethrower really is solid, you know? The other class that I have is called the Generalist. And, you know, that's kind of your starting class before you start opening the other ones. There's Geomancers and Bloodmancers and a Stormcaller. Some cool stuff happening. But the Generalist usually starts with this blade that you can, you know, swipe with rather quickly, and that's a lot of fun to use because you're just, you know, taking off their appendages left and... Holy smokes, okay. Alright, let's, boy, this one's got a big life bar to him, doesn't he? I'm a little stuck underneath him at the moment. We're gonna dash on out of there. See if we can attack him front on, maybe. Oh man, he got us with a good swipe. Let's, see, I was wondering, is he going to be able to crawl through there, especially since we've taken off some of his crawling capabilities, maybe? Yeah, can you even get over here, you big nasty? See, now we're talking, folks. I think he's stuck. Oh, maybe not. Maybe, oh, don't count him out. Don't count him out after all. All right, we're going to warp on over here. Start getting them from the back end, you know what I mean? Hey, okay. Now we got something called Poison Rot. Now let's check into that. Let's give that a look. Okay, Poison Rot 2. Plus 22% critical hit damage and plus 6% crit hit chance. I like that. So if we were going to get rid of something, it can't be the flamethrower. Not in the goats country. So we're going to go Poison Rod, and let's check out what we got here. Oh, yeah, we're just laying it down. It's almost like we're post that green egg meal that I had the other day. Lots of sausages, lots of hamburgers, lots of the good stuff. You know, the greasy stuff that creates that kind of situation later in the day. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. It's probably a rough night for the wife. Sorry, not sorry. Right? Hey, it is what it is. All right, so we made it to the other side here. Now, I think what I can do is take a drink in the game and in real life. Come on, cheers to you. And then we're going to use this to fill up our flask, I believe. Okay, because we've got 2 uses of the flask per zone. Via that recent upgrade that I got. Cave of Lost Souls. Let's do it. Oh man. Okay, I like the toxic capability. The poison seems interesting. Look at that. They're just taking damage over time as long as they spend some time in there. It's great. Alright, so this area kicked off with a bang. We are earning a decent amount of blood for our effort, though, I'll say that. Getting that up to 2,400. And we'll show off the skill tree a little bit more as well. Is this guy gonna climb back up here? Because I want to lay down some crop dust. If he does. Oh, I think he's having trouble with the locomotion. We've removed some capabilities from him. I love that about this game. Hey, if you're having a good time out there, do me a favor, hit that like button. It'll help more people see this video and learn about the game. Maybe this one got away from them too. I'm starting to wonder if the fireball is the better way to go. Although, that did work pretty well on that dude, didn't it? Alright, let's lay down some nastiness. Okay, maybe I do like this setup a little bit. The poison gas doesn't last forever. Sometimes it feels like it dissipates pretty quickly. Here's what's interesting about this area. I think there's like multiple directions we could go with this. Should we do some exploration? I mean, if you're looking for something that's going to allow you to see some weird creatures, if you like Lovecraftian stuff, this is going to be right up your alley. Now let's lay down the poison. Looks like that's the way to go on this guy if he's just going to keep coming along. Outstanding. We've lost a little bit of health, but I'm not too concerned about that. You do have to keep an eye on it, though, because, in my experience, you don't find health vials along the way, or whatever the equivalent is. You know, you kind of have to rely on your health flask to do the trick for you in times of need. Alright, we're gonna lay down the fart blast. Yes. Outstanding. Okay, we are rocking our way through here. Okay. I'm not lost, you're lost. We gotta watch out for... This guy's got spines. He might as well be a Lovecraftian porcupine of such. That's interesting. Okay. Well, we'll keep going this way, and then maybe we'll head back to... Oh, you know what? Now, this is looking slightly familiar, like the area we started in. I think we did a little bit of a circle, but that's okay. Oh, look at this. What do we got there? /2. Okay, so... Remember how I was talking about the generalist that has the slasher? Where it's fun to remove their limbs? That's the one. Now, I'm probably not going to use that at this point in the run because I think we've got better stuff. But also, you have to get really close to these guys. And I think they're much tougher than in the beginning when you start out. Okay. We've got another spiky guy. 2 of them. And we're gonna lay down some... We're gonna lay down the welcome party. Wow, there's a bunch of them in there. Alright, we need to let our fire recharge. There it is. And I am tempted to use this vial. Let's do that. Okay. So I think what we want to do is go through here now. And I might go back to the Great Fireball after this encounter. It does look like they backed up in fear. I mean, I would too if I put my eyes on that green gas. I can't say I blame them. Alright. Going through here. Let's take a look here. /2, 5 to 7. This is doing 3 to 4. We're gonna go Great Fireball. Oh, we got somebody on the scene. Boom. Such a great way to start the encounter. Alright, let's dash on out of there. And I'm gonna keep going this way. I like when the little guys come up on you. Wow, those spikes took 30 damage. Taking a quick sip there. I'm drinking a Starbucks blonde roast today. My wife's boss actually gave me a couple bags of Starbucks. He accidentally bought whole bean. First of all, that should never be considered an accident. That is the way to do coffee. He gave it to me because he doesn't have a grinder. And I told my wife, I said, hey, wait, I'll grind it for him. This is not a problem. We can fix this. All right, I'll tell him. And then he came back and said, no, it's okay. You know, I've already bought some other coffee. Look, folks, I'm happy to take advantage of, you know, what's being offered, right? You don't kick a gift horse in the mouth, right? Right? You've heard that. If you know, you know. But I did try to remedy the situation because I felt bad for him. And then, you know, I explained how that's never a mistake. That's never an accident. Yeah, I mean, if they're gonna let us do this, we're gonna do it all day. Outstanding. Okay. I like when you can take them out from afar. Holy smokes. This guy's coming in with a vengeance. We're gonna dash on over to here, get behind him. There we go. Glorious. Okay. Now, this is going pretty well so far. You know, I don't know how many separate biomes there are, but I will tell you, I think the game feels appropriate in length. You know, that first zone, you saw how long that went on. This one's got some nice mazes to it. I usually expire in this area, so we'll see if we get a little bit further this time. I am hoping to run into a store, because I think we're doing much better now in terms of gold. We'll take a look at that in a second. Ooh, okay. We get an arcane ring that just dropped. And a level 2 at that. That hood that gave us the pet was such a good pickup. Surprised that wasn't more expensive. I think Special Goods Roger was looking out for us. Okay, actually, I take that back. That's a level 3. 8 to 10 arcane. Oh, man. You know, I think we got to at least check it out, right? Let's take a look. Oh, see, now that's cool. They're heat-seeking. And can charge it up and have a bunch of them fire off. I like that, too. Well, should we roll with it for a minute? See how it does? How about we not get hit by that projectile, too, while we're at it? Alright. This would be an excellent spot for them to put a shop, like right in that cove. I wonder if that's what's over there. Oh, look at that, folks. Look at that. I think I called it. It's always good to see Special Goods Roger and Merchant Roy again. Let's look at both offerings first this time. Take a quick sip there. Cheers to you. Getting a lot of sips in today. All right, this cloak is said to give eternal life. Plus 30 resistance, plus 12 movement speed. Huh, okay. Plus 20 fire resistance, cold resistance. Now these pearl equipment, they sit over here in these spots. Summons 2 devices that shoot arcane magic for 2 grand. Wow, and we've got 4,200, so we are going to be able to afford to get something nice for ourselves. This actually costs life to fire off, but then you get some life leech as well. I have not used the Bloodmancer equipment yet. All right, so that's what Merchant Roy has. Let's visit Roger. I don't want to offend him. Oh wow, look at this. Fireball Ring 4. 22 to 26 fire damage. Okay, so this is the same thing. 20% projectile speed and 8% damage. Oh. Okay, well, we'd want to go with this one because it's got the extra buff to it. So I think that is a yes. And we're going to go ahead and pop that over there. Now, our character that we're playing as inherently boosts some capabilities as well that are linked to fire damage. Let's see, plus 6% life, physical resistance, arcane damage, nature damage. Hey, how about something that... Ooh, look at this! Some additional fire damage. Now, if we sell stuff, we might be able to afford that. Let's see. I think we're going to be able to. We'll go ahead and give up the poison rods. We'll give up this. And that gets us to this. Perfect. Now we're playing with power. You know, I had a buddy that had the power glove. Okay, so this is our fireball capability now. We've actually got 2 kinds of fireballs. We've got the small fireball and we've got the great fireball. And from a damage standpoint, things are looking good. Got a fire and ice build going. Now let's dash on out of there. Yeah, we took those guys down. Lickety split. Good stuff. Outstanding. Oh, you can charge it up to 3 fireballs. Oh, wow. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. I'm noticing it does take a minute to charge this one up. Similar to the Great Fireball. So maybe we want to charge it in advance of an encounter, right? Oh. That was a one-shotter. Oh yeah, this doesn't look like it's going to be a boss room at all. It's got all the trappings. Oh wow, okay. Beautiful. Is this another shop now? I mean, we'll give them a visit, why not? Fireball Ring 3. Fireball Ring 3. Okay, well, we've got better stuff at this point. We got a lower amount of cash as well. So I don't think we're gonna be able to afford too nice of stuff. All right, I think this is mostly repeat stuff and stuff that we can't afford anyway. So let's get out of here. Let's grab a sip. Okay, I'm hearing the sounds. Looks like we're gonna leap down into this. So let's say the thing once more into the maelstrom, right? If you know, you know. Okay, so we are heading into something here. I am gonna take a sip. And we're gonna refill this guy. Right? And now we are leaping ahead. Let's see what we have here. Okay. The Conqueror Worm. Looks like there are some weak spots happening across the worm. He has a gigantic health bar. Oh my. Alright, let's work on these weak spots. I'm gonna keep track of my health too. It looks like I've already taken some hits, so when he goes up there, I'm gonna take a sip now. There we go. And I've got to watch out for those red shots that he fires out. All right. Well, we're getting there, right? And I didn't get hit. Oh, God. It's like the game was anticipating what I was going to say. It's like you've got to consider the lead time of him moving. Alright, go ahead, crawl away, buddy. I'm guessing that's how we do the real big damage, because he's got a ginormous health bar. Come on. There it is. There's one. Let's dash out of the way of that projectile. And we'll just blast him his entire way out. Now this time, I'm gonna prepare for him coming back. I'm gonna get some fireballs ready. Ooh, got it up to 4. Okay, he seems to be falling down. I don't think he liked that hit too much. Definitely took out a big chunk of health on that one, too. I wish I had another use of the flask on me. Okay, there's another one. Oh. Oh, this is gonna be really close. Oh, goodness. Oh, man. Mike Wright. Did okay, Mike Wright. We appreciate it. Okay, so we're going to continue here, and I'm going to show you the meta progression options. That was a fun little run. I like this game. It's weird in all the right ways. Would you agree? All right, I'm just going to pick... and we're going to show you the sprawling skill trees. Now, as far as I can tell, so far, there are 2 of them. But I will tell you that you can explore this hub area, and there are many different directions to go. So, for all I know, there could be quite more available. So we've got different rings that we can open up and find in future runs. We've got different classes that are going to become available as we run into them. So you see where it says class alter not discovered yet? I've got to actually find that out in the world, and then I can pay to unlock this. But that's what I did with the Pyromancer, and then we opened up some of these capabilities. Now, as far as I can tell, the Great Fireball Ring we start with, so I'm not sure. Maybe you don't always get this because, you know, you're rolling a new character each time. So we could open that up. There's a Firebomb Ring. There's something called Flames of Madness that sounds awesome. So there's a lot going on here. Fire Worship increases your critical hit chance against burning monsters. Yeah, I mean, that sounds pretty great. So this is kind of the class skill tree, if you will. And all of that takes the blood resource and then the blue tokens, of which I have 8 right now. Those are much more unique. This is where you get your character-focused upgrades. And so that's how I got the additional use of the life flask. And it looks like we could get a third use for 20,000. That's going to take a minute to get to. But there's some nice things on offer here. And some things to look forward to grabbing in future runs as I make it a little bit further. Folks, this is a game called Source of Madness, and it's fun. If you're into the dark and the gritty and the Lovecraftian type games, you might want to check this out. And if you do that before July 11th, you're going to be able to get it at a steal of a price, I think, for what's on offer here. Thanks so much for hanging out. We're going to keep looking at new games that I've picked up on the Steam sale. There are several others. Played one the other day that I really like. So maybe you get out there and get this one. Maybe you throw it on your wish list for a couple years like I did. I don't know. There's lots of games. It's a great problem to have. All right. I hope you have a good rest of your day out there. Let's do this again sometime. We'll get together. We'll play a roguelike or a roguelite because that's what we do every time. And we'll give away a video game at least once a week. We can do those because of you and your support. And it's been incredible lately. I really appreciate it. This is the best hobby ever. Have a great one. We'll see you again soon.